discuss it. Okay. I think so. I did not discuss the if and did I discuss this with you last time? Can you please let me know the and function and the or function and integrating with the if? Yes or no? It's very important, by the way. It's very, very important.
No, you didn't discuss it.
Okay, right. That is very important. No, okay, thank you. So if you can see my screen clearly, let's discuss this. It's really important. Well, there are two functions by the name of and or. And it's very simple. If you can see over here, that or function says that if I say is equals to or, and if I say or, A is equals to blue, A is equals to blue, comma, B is equals to blue. So you can have lots of comma separated value inside this. Okay, or. It simply means that I'm trying to compare the values in two cells with an or. Okay, so I outside have or. So the output of or and is always true or false. Either it will tell me true or either it will tell me false. You need to remember that. And this is important for us to know it's true or false. If the value in both of them are the same, as we defined, if they're both of them are blue, it will obviously say true. If both are not the same, if both are not blue, it'll give me false, as you can see over here. Okay. So or basically means either. Okay. And if I use and means that both statement has to be true. So and or basically do this. So obviously if I use and, I'll have less true. Why do I have less true in and? Because there will be rare case where both are blue. Both are blue here and both are blue only here. But in case of this, either this should be blue or this or this. So this keeps on going on. So as you can see, both are not blue, both are not blue, and both are not blue. So this is your or and. That's the first stage that I want to explain you first. Then I can continue. Any problem with this, anyone? Okay, right. So you can ask me or you can ask me, okay, if there is any problem. Now, why is this important? I'll tell you why. I'm going to construct another one over here because I can't explain you this right away. This might become a bit complicated for you. So we'll do is, we'll integrate this with an if. For example, I would say if and blue, same time I want this is equals to blue as well, right? Then I'll have comma. So if both are true, both are the same, I would write over here is both are blue. Otherwise, I would say is not blue, right? So as you can see, I just need to close one bracket here, one over there, and here we go. Let me just replicate this. Always try to verify. Verify means just try to be sure that whatever functions you have implemented, is it working or not? Okay, there could be a case, maybe your output is not exactly what you wanted, and maybe because somehow something went wrong. This could be a very rare case, but I would always suggest that don't always be overconfident, even in your practicals. You need to check your work again and again. Okay, we, inshallah, as school will open up, I will tell you how to manage it in the lab. Okay. So as you can see over here, what have I done? Please closely have a look. Now, this is not just like a simple if that we did last week. It's a more refined way if. But remember, in if, the first thing in an if is the logical test. Okay. In our previous example that we talked about, the logical test was very simple. It was if the value in A2 is greater than or equal to 90, or if the value in A9 is greater than or equal to 70. Fine. Here we are using a more different, more advanced condition. I am saying that this is my condition. This is my condition. Please closely look at the condition. Closely have a look at the condition. What does the if condition say? The if condition is saying, that if and now inside if I have an and. Now this is what our nested functions are like. So today we are discussing the nested functions with an if. If and inside and what's happening? A2 is blue, comma, B2 is blue. So as you can see is, if the output of this happens to be true, this will appear. If the output of this happens to be false, this will appear. And it's very simple to know that our if function says that whatever logical test you specify, if the output of that logical test is true, do this, define anything in double quotes, that will appear. And if the value of the logical test is false, define anything yourself directly as cell or in double quotes. So this is what we've done today. Instead of having just a simple condition, we have implemented the and in our condition, and we're trying to compare two cells within and. I'll stop and I'll ask any further questions so I can give you more example. Sure, you can ask me any sort of question, beta. There's no hesitation about that. Ask me anything. It could be a ridiculous and stupid question as well. I'll not mind. But whatever we do, please make sure it's discussed. I'm recording the lecture. I'll also share it as well. Okay, inshallah, I will share it today. Okay, right. If no one happens to have a problem, I will proceed further. Okay, so a recap that we started talking about the AND function, we started talking about the OR function. And then since we learned that we have an AND function, we have the OR function that give an output of true and false. Okay, we integrated the AND function inside the if function to compare the values in these two and get our own defined output if it was true or false. Obviously, if I would implement the OR over here instead of the AND, my output is going to change. My output is going to have more, both are blue, but obviously it doesn't mean both are blue. I have to change this. It means one is blue, but obviously, you understand what I'm saying. Okay, I'll try to look at a more complex situation now. You do know that what does OR do? You do know what does AND do. All of you, take your time and please have a look at this. Okay. This is a backward learning process. Yes, beta. Yes.
Sir, how come in columns A and E there are two colors, red and red? Yet the result is my color.
You talk about this one. Oh, this is what we're going to discuss, beta. Baat suno.
Yes.
This is what I was just going to discuss. If you look at this, what I've done over here is whenever both are the same, when both are blue or both are red, okay, my color will appear. The question was that my color should only appear when both of them are blue or when both of them are red. So good you asked me the question, right? But in fact, let me write it down for you since you asked me. Let's talk about it. Okay. Create a function. Sorry. That would display my color when both are either blue or red. Otherwise, Otherwise, display no occur. We can spend more time on this because this has to be clear. So look at the question that I just made right now and have a look at the function that I have applied right now, and let's try to make sense out of it. I'll give you just a minute, have a look at this, and then let's talk over it. Yes, beta. So, can someone elaborate? Can someone explain what's happening? Anyone would want to explain it? Or anyone who has a problem understanding it? Okay, it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay, as far as explaining is concerned, it's okay. Obviously, when we'll meet in the school, you can explain me over there. But remember one thing: if even when we meet in school, make sure if you don't get something, you ask it. It's not only your full right, but remember one thing: I will keep on repeating one word, that your result is a science result. So when you get an A or an A star, it's obviously your effort, but it's my reputation as well. So we have to work hard on it. So if you try to make your concepts clear right away, it will really help us a lot. Okay, I would really like to go fast, and I want to start advanced revision where I can discuss the advanced points as well. Okay, so if you don't let me know, let's say if you don't know a point, G beta.
So I have a question that
Yeah,
there is an or and then there's two ands.
absolutely. This
Yeah,
is
so
because yeah, because what we're trying to do over here, beta, is that you can see over here that this entire thing that I have is my condition. Let's do one thing, beta. इसको मैं copy करता हूँ, मैं इसको और elaborate कर देता हूँ. Let me just put it over here, and just me right over here is equals to the same function. And now let's just talk about this function right now. What's happening right now? Or, okay, but inside or I need two comma separated values. So the first comma separate value inside or is this value, and the second comma separated value is this value. The first comma separate value, let's look at this one. What does it say? It says and. It says that if the
and
value in A2 is blue, comma, and the value in B2 is blue, fine. The second comma, and says that and A2 is red and B2 is red. If both are red, if both are blue. And this or basically defines what? This or is helping us to distinguish this inside parameter in such a way that it means this or this one. Either this statement is true or this statement is true. You do what? Display true and false. So true will only appear if both are blue. Are both blue? Yes. Why false? Because both are not blue, or neither they're blue, neither they're red. Why true? Because both are blue. Why true? Because both are red. Why true? Because both are red. Why false? Why false? Because both are yellow, but we never defined yellow. Why both are false? Because again, same case. So did you get this particular point, first of all?
yes,
Right? Now what I've done over here is, I've just integrated this within my if function. Now this entire thing, which is just a statement of comparison, happens to be my, this happens to be now what? To be my one particular condition. This entire thing, I fit it over here. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever output I get from here, if the output is true, my color will appear. Okay. Or I could simply use some more refined word instead of my color. Same color. But if I use same color, yellow is also there. That's anyway. You guys get the point. We don't have to use. This is in grade 11 and right. Is this clear? I appreciate you had a question. I really appreciate. That's good. Anyone else? Is it clear? This is very important. I'm telling you, and you really have to be very much ready for the upcoming exams. 2021 say you can expect more different kind of questions to come in. So we have to be ready for the worst. Keep in mind. I will solve the most of papers with you. I'll ask you to solve all the past papers. I think so. I did mention the last class. Okay, I will give you a deadline by the end of November that you have to solve all the papers and give me a printout of that as well. You will give the file to me. I'll check the file, and I will return it back to all of you. This is very important thing that I do every year. It helps a lot of students to improve the grade to a lot of extent. Okay, then after that, or maybe before that, I think so if we finish everything, I will start advanced revision, which will be very important. What I'm trying to say is that I always emphasize on one thing, that obviously let's do all the past paper, obviously, but please don't count on the past paper, because every time a new thing comes in after 2-3 years, so we should be ready for it. We have to look at every module from different angles. So I want you to be really confident when you go to scans that you can handle any situation at any time over there. Okay, inshallah, I will be there at scans with you. Okay, like I told last week. Okay, because I'm one of the examiner as well. So inshallah, you not have an issue with it. But honesty is the best policy, beta, remember, in life. Okay, if you don't get something, please let me know. So I'm asking you last time, all of you, is this clear? There's nothing wrong if you don't get it, but you can ask me right now. You're telling me after a month, he said I didn't get that because all this will be based over there, then that will not be fair. Okay, fine. I'll continue. This was our discussion with the if, nested if function, and an or. Please, I would like to see your notes. I would like to see you that you are writing down all these functions on a piece of paper, okay? And I would like to see it next time. Okay, have you done it or not? It's very important. Acha beta. So we've discussed this. Let's continue. Did we discuss Sumif last time?
No, we
Sumif.
didn't.
We
No.
didn't, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Sumif beta is very good function, frankly. Sum if means that I would like to find out the sum of certain product names, certain names, whatever. And at the same time, on the second column, I would like to sum them up. I'll give you an example. What's happening over here is this value is what? It's the sum of this, where is Ali is there, this plus this plus this plus this. If I come down over here, 7200 is basically an output how? I am summing up wherever Basit is there. This plus this plus this. How does it work? It works in a very simple way. Let's talk about it. I'll just show you. Just look here. What's happening? So let's look at the syntax. Syntax says give me range, criteria, and sum range. Now, basically, this is one of the function where you have two ranges and one criteria. What am I saying? Yeah, but two ranges, I mean, this is a range and this is a range, and there has to be criteria as well. So the first range that you'll always specify will be the range where you have strings, where you have names, product names, whatever, anything. And you will easily know that, okay? What you're trying to find. So I'm trying to find the total of Ali. Ali is what? It's a name, okay, right? Now, in Excel, you obviously you do know that you always have two tables. One is your main table, and one is your summary table. That's the summary table over here. I would like to find the output of this, okay? But again, I would not like you to just cram the procedures of the past paper. Things will change, okay? Things can change. So you need to do activities from my website as well. They are from different angle. I'll tell you when. So this is my range, fine, and comma. It says criteria. What is criteria? Criteria means what are you trying to sum? Okay, I'm trying to sum this, fine, comma. Sum range. Obviously, sum range will be of a range where you have numbers, where you have values. You cannot have a sum range of a range where you have text. So obvious, it's common sense. Sum range has to be where you have numbers, and it is a corresponding column which is coming in right in front of the range. So that this is the one I'm talking about. Yes or no? So this is what I get, but let's do something. There seems to be something wrong what I've done over here that I need to rectify. What is that? Yes, beta? Yes, Anam, beta? Sorry, beta?
Do we have to lock the cell?
Very good, excellent. We have to lock the cell. We have to lock this range. I'll hit F4. Okay, first let me tell you, let's not lock it and see what's happening. Let me just replicate this. Let me replicate this. And let's see what's happening actually. My range is from A2 to A11, comma, the criteria, which is E7, fine. And then another range from B2 to B11. So if I go down, and if I go down more, and I read sign, I have A4 to A13. Okay, what is A4 to A13? A4 to A13 is this. No, that's not my range. My range was supposed to be this. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is B4 to B13. So B4 to B13 is this again. No, why am I going down? My entire range is going down. If I had more values over here, and if I would have replicated, eventually this entire range would have come down. No, there should be a way I lock my ranges because I don't want my ranges to replicate. Okay, so I hit F4 and I select my this and I hit F4. Oh, I frankly should have done it over here. Hit F4 and I obviously would hit F4. And now I replicate. So what's happening now is, as you can see, if I go down, my ranges are not changing. My ranges are not changing. The only thing that is changing is the criteria, and the criteria should change because I want to find out the total sum of Ali right now, which is E7. Now I would want to find out the total sum of Basit, which is E8. Now I would like to find out the total sum of E9, which is Sime. So this is why the question you might have seen always mostly says that the function that you have created should include absolute and relative referencing. Now, what do we mean by that? It means examiner is frankly trying to guide you. There is always the answer in the question. The examiner is telling you that the function that you're going to implement, it should have absolute referencing. Here you go. It should have relative referencing. Here you go. So if your function has absolute referencing and relative referencing within it, you've done the job. Okay, so examiner always tries to facilitate you as well. We just have to be quite sharp enough to judge what's happening. And obviously, it's my duty to let you know how can you do it. Right, so again, I would ask any one of you if there's any problem, any question, let's talk about it. Yes, beta, you may raise your hand, you may ask me like that, whatever. Okay, right, I'm glad, fine. Okay. And I'll keep on repeating one thing, okay, that I'm absolutely not one of the teacher who would discourage you or would say, okay, why are you asking me? I'll explain you as many times as you want to. Okay, that's what I do, and that's why I'm here for. Okay, and that's what I've been doing for the past 18 years. Okay, anyway, okay. So let's proceed further. Have you discussed mid, right, left before? Did we discuss it before?
No, sir, we didn't.
We did not. And have you discussed before?
Yes, we have.
Okay. You You want me to discuss it? I want to discuss look, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, but I'll discuss it in next class because I need to spend more time on this because I want to explain it with different angles, with a different perspective, not with the traditional way. Okay, so I would spend more time on this. So mid, right, left. Obviously, it's known as a splitting string function. It's known as your split the string. Now, what do I mean by split the string? Well, when you type any of the 256 characters, which is the alphabet lowercase, alphabet uppercase, 0 to 9, different symbols, underscore at the rate of, these are known as your characters. So whenever you type all these characters anywhere and they're joined together, we call them a string. That's the first thing. They're known as string. So we have a function that can help you to split a string. Okay, if I have, let's say, a pronix 1, 2, 3, I can use it to split it. Now what's happening? What's happening over here, beta, is that let's talk about left. Left, what does is it basically will do is it will extract this from the left. Left A1, okay, comma, number of characters you want to extract from A1. The number of characters that I want to extract from A1 from the left is 3, or is 2. There we go. And the number of characters that I want to extract from the right, again, 3. So from the right, I've extracted 3 characters, which is 1, 2, 3. Then we have mid. Mid is interesting. Mid is not for the first and the last. If I want to extract the first and the last, I have left and right, okay, from the left. Mid is obviously if you want to extract somewhere from the middle. For example, I would like to extract, comma, the text, which is this. From where do you want to start? I want to start from the 4th character. And then I would like to extract is the next 2 characters. So for example, this could be your ticket number. Your ticket numbers usually they might appear like this. Now, if they say that your ticket numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, the 3rd, 4th character of your ticket number is no, the 3rd, 4th, 5th. The 3rd, 4th, 5th are your seat number. For example, how do I extract this? The 3rd, 4th, 5th. So the 3rd, 4th, 5th characters are your seat number. How would I extract it? Anyone? What I mean to say is 3, 4, U. 3, 4, U is your seat number. So what changes will I make over here? In
Instead
order.
of 4, it will be 2. And instead of 2, it will
no, yeah. So start number will be beta what?
start number would be 3.
Would be 3. Yes, would be 3. And
Number of characters would be
3.
3. Yeah.
Very good. Because 3 means that TU3, 1, 2, 3. Start from the 3rd one, which is inclusive, and extract till the 3rd one, which is also inclusive. So the 3 we type is inclusive, keep in mind. That's why it does extract till that particular thing. Okay, so there could be any question of any sort. You should, again, I'm emphasizing on one fact that if you make your own notes of this, and if you write that what each and every function does, believe me, this is very, very easy for you, because data analysis is all about that. You just have to think right away, okay, this function will be used for this particular part right away. And if I integrate this function with this, I'll be able to do it. So if you remember all this, you will be able to use your data analysis really, really fast. If you just start thinking about the functions in the exam, that will waste your time. Yeah, everyone has to think, but I would like you to have such a good hand-on practice that you should not take much time. You do it right away. Jaldi se ho jaye. And this is what I would prefer. So let's make our notes of each and every function so that we know what this function does, so that we can implement it. Right? Beta Urva is our student. She's our is in your class, right? Why is she coming so late? Okay, so this is what we have done. Just one last before we stop. We just have 5 minutes. Just one last function. I will discuss over here is I don't want to discuss any tough one, but I wanted to discuss very important. If you don't get it, I will explain again.
Sir, in and or and if functions, what did not stand for?
Not, beta, I did not discuss not, I did not, because not is basically the opposite. For example, I'll just give you an example. I was not going to discuss it right now. I know I did not, but I was just holding it for. Do you see what's happening? Is giving me the I did not type or not. Not is not a comparison of two cells. It's just one. If the value in A2 is not blue, so it gives you the opposite. You can see over here. Okay, B2 is blue. B2 is equals to blue. So it is blue, but it's not giving my color. It's giving me no color. So it gives me the opposite. Not. Just remember that. You get the point. What I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, I was not going to explain it right now. मगर आपने पूछ लिया तो मैंने ठीक है मैंने कहा चलो करा देता हूँ because I always relate things. जी बेटा. No बेटा.
Sir, what is the difference between if and nested if?
Beta, if and nested if, you should know the terms. That's why I've written this way. That's your if, simple if, where you just have one if. In nested if, you have multiple ifs, which means one if inside the other if inside the other if. We call them nested if functions. Okay, and nested functions are just like the one we did today. Nested functions such as this one. That's a nested function where we integrated if with other, if, or, and. This is a nested function. So if means when you have if inside if, and simple if is obviously if. Yes or no, all of you? Is it clear? Okay. Till today, we're just talking about the normal functions. We haven't reached the advanced part. Okay. Inshallah, agli class mein we will start discussing the advanced. Advanced doesn't mean out of the syllabus. Advanced means advanced, obviously. What can come and what complicated things can come, right? So, मैं attendance ले लेता हूँ आप लोगों की, and make sure all of you do keep on asking questions. Okay, just 1 second. I have to take multiple screenshots of this. That's the way I